This is lesson 6.1 integers from chapter 6. We are going to first look at some vocabulary for the lesson. We all know a number line, we are familiar with it. It is a line with numbers and the two arrows represent to show that the line keeps on going forever. It has a zero and all numbers to the right of the zero are considered to be positive numbers and increase in value as you go along, and the numbers to the left of the zero are considered to be negative numbers and they decrease in value as you go along down further from zero. So the farther you're from zero, the smaller the value. So -4 is less than -1. Also think about it as money. You would rather owe someone $1 than $4, something like that. We'll talk about it more later. Positive numbers. Again, positive numbers are more than 0, so all these numbers are positive numbers. They can be written with or without the positive sign. So you can choose to write something as +5, or you can just say plain old 5. This implies that it is a positive number. Also, on a horizontal number line, which we consider this as a horizontal number line, they are to the right of the 0, and on a vertical number line where the 0 is, and then this is the positive numbers are supposed to be above. They go up the number 0. All right, let's move on to what negative numbers are. Now, negative numbers are less than 0 and they have to be written with a negative sign. So if you say -3, then you have to say -3. You cannot just assume that to say that it's 3, then this is implied as a +3. So you have to make sure that you have that line. So on a horizontal line, all the numbers that are to the left are the negative numbers. And on a vertical line, the numbers below 0 are negative numbers. 0 is considered to be neither positive or negative. And then let's come to the last piece, which is opposites. We just talked about positive and negative numbers, and let's see now what opposites are. Okay, opposites are numbers that are on the same distance or at the same distance from 0 but are on opposite sides of the 0. So for example, here -3 and the +3 are considered to be opposites. First of all, they are the same number, 1, 2, 3 steps away from here from the 0, and 1, 2, 3 steps away from the 0, but they are on opposite sides of the 0. Okay, now let's go to the actual lesson and the sheet that you have in front of you. Integers. What are integers? They are a set of whole numbers and their opposites. So they are the set of whole numbers and their opposites. And we saw that on the number line. Now 0 is not considered as a positive or a negative number. All right, let's go ahead and write some integers using the positive or negative sign. If whenever we say gaining, winning, depositing some money, earning money, going up, all those are considered positive. Going down the stairs, someone scuba diving, that is going into the water, someone losing a game, someone losing money, all those are negative numbers. All right, in this case, gaining 60 points, that's +60. Temperature is 9 degrees below, which seems to be the case these days. That's a -9. Stock market drops 18 points. Again, it's dropping, so that's a -18. You earned, so that's the key word here, you earned, so that is a positive $125. Okay, now the next part is where you have to graph the number line that is representing the situation. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. It says we are losing a $5 bill, so that's not a good thing. It's a negative, so it's a -5. Now, on the number line, you may choose to start at 0, or you can choose from any point you want, but you have to make sure that you are, if you're jumping numbers, to jump evenly, or to write the numbers as they come along. In this case, I would rather go with 1 and then the 0, and then I want to go with -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Alright, so go ahead and graph it at -5. 7 songs, you downloaded 7 songs, that means you gained 7 songs on the MP3 player. So I'm going to go with -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The line is not enough, so I'm going to extend it, which is what I want you to do on the homework also. So I plot at +7. The last one, the wind chill is 35 below, and that gives me -35. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and start at 0, go by 5s, so -5, -10, -15, -20, -25, -30. I'm going to extend the line a little bit, and -35. I want you to notice that I've started at 0. You don't have to, but after that I have jumped evenly by 5s, and the farther down I go this way, the lower the value, and then I'm going to plot the line. Okay, now let's move on to the next P. In this case, we have to graph the integer and its opposite. Again, remember, opposite is nothing but the number that is on the other side of the number line, same number of places from 0. Okay, for example, -3 and 3 are opposites, 10 and -10 are opposites, -25 and 25 are opposites, so on and so forth. Okay, let's go ahead and graph. In this case, it's a -9. I'm going to start here at 0, go down, -3, -6, -9, and jump the same amounts on the other side. Make sure to keep those number lines correct, and then plot the 2 points, -9 and 9. For 5, I'm just going to go ahead and write all numbers just because it's pretty small. All I have to do is extend this line a little bit. -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So go ahead and plot the number at -5 and +5. So here it was a +9, here it was a -5. Those were the opposites. Alright, the opposite of 14 is -14. And this time I'm going to go by 2s. So I'll start with the 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And on the other side also, I'm going to go the same way, -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, and -14. I don't know if you can see it on the board, -14. And then you're going to go ahead and plot the points at the 14. Next problem, -20. So the opposite is good, +20. And I'm going to go by 5s. It makes more sense to me. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. And on this side, -5, -10, -15, and add one more, -20. Now go ahead and graph those points. 2 points, we graph them. Alright, let's take a look at the story problem. It says you hike 72 feet up a mountain. The next day you hike 12 feet down the mountain. Write an integer to represent each situation. So to going up a mountain, we can write 72 feet because it's a positive thing, or you can say positive 72 feet. Either of these answers is correct. But when you go down a mountain, you have to say -12 feet. Go ahead and finish the rest of the problems, and I will see you next class.